Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We are Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. Tell a friend. Smash the like button. That's Barrett. I'm Rob. Derek. Derek was captured by wolves. We're not sure what happened. We hope that he will. No, I'm kidding. He's just. He'll be back. Sometimes you know what happens, Barrett. Sometimes if you have to run to the men's room, it's you get caught sometimes. Some of us have lost a step. You don't quite get back in time, and you never know. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but sometimes it happens.
It's a good. That might be a good, starting point of where he is right now.
Either that, or it's usually like the dog goes nuts, and you're trying to control the dog, or something like that. There's always.
I know him. I've been.
You have it. You happen. It happens all the time, right?
Bro, I got the craziest dogs in the world. The craziest.
Well, they got out last week. Was that Friday? What day was that?
I think it was Friday.
Yeah.
The police had to bring him back. The boy, like I said, the boy looks like a regular pit bull. He's
right.
He looks good. A great looking dog.
Oh, they're ripped, man. They're like chiseled. Yeah.
But then I have can't hear you, bro.
I said, I just heard Barrett say the boy looks like a regular pit bull. I see he taking a shot at me again.
He's talking about
even here.
Talking about my dog. My dog almost got arrested.
What?
Yeah, remember? I had to let the dogs in. The police came to my door.
Oh yeah.
So no, we were just saying that you had to go take a dump.
What? I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. You didn't say that, right? Okay.
I said sometimes we take bathroom breaks when we have a break, and we don't always get back on time. That's all I said.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert. You know what? I believe you would say something professional like that. Unlike that other guy over there who would take you to the gutter.
Exactly.
No, dude, I lost track of time. I'm pretty good at this 3-minute thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm running back here. I hear a voice. I'm like, there's no way I was gone 3 minutes.
Okay, I was just saying you dropped the kids at the pool, but
yeah, let the kids. What is wrong with you? And it's only Monday, folks. Stay tuned because it's going to get better as the week goes on.
Yeah, that's right.
I know, man. The stream is worse than I am, man.
They're bad.
Oh, this stream is off the charts, man. I'm telling you, it's like I tell people. I said I would never let my kids just sit. If my kid was of age that's just learn how to read, I would never let my kids sit and just read the stream on this show or any other show. There's no way, man. Some of the stuff that's said on these streams is funny. We don't acknowledge it for a reason.
It's not my fault, though.
It's not what?
My fault.
It's always your fault.
All right, so let's get back to where we were.
Rob's like, let's bring it back in, boys.
Yeah, let's get out of the bathroom talk. Where were you? So why were you late? What happened? Well,
I just ran downstairs real quick, and then I ran back. I have to tiptoe because the 19-month-old and the 7-month-old are down there. And if they see me, they start crying, for me to pick them up, which is funny because my wife, when they come in, she just wants to love on them and hug them. And so I deliberately don't go down. And then all of a sudden they see me, they forget she exists for about 30 seconds.
Oh, man.
And that drives her nuts.
Yeah. You start in trouble there. You start in trouble, bro.
Every time, especially the 19-month-old, Ariana, she could be taught, drops whatever she's doing, runs over to me like O.J. Simpson in a Hearst commercial. Shoot, makes a beeline to granddad. The 7-month-old has now learned the arts of pushing himself up and trying to crawl. He sees me. He's doing that military crawl on his forearms trying to get to me. Man, so look, and me and my wife's sitting there like this. Look at this. Just look at this. I love on these kids. I spoil them. Look at they want him. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my God. All right. NFL wise.
Yes.
We got the draft 24 days away. And if you look at the draft order, and we've kind of touched on this regarding Jalen Carter, but if you look at it, we got the Panthers, we got the Texans, we got the Cardinals, Colts, Seahawks, Lions, Raiders, Falcons, Bears, Eagles. We don't need to go through the whole thing, but that's how the top 10 goes. And we can run through all of them. That's fine. But all right, let's just get on record and guess here. Well, who's going to take who. All right. Panthers, and it feels like it comes down to, because they traded up, it's certainly going to be a quarterback, but it feels like, you guys tell me if you disagree, it comes down to CJ Stroud and Bryce Young. CJ Stroud from Ohio State, Bryce Young from Alabama. Now, I guess the first thing I would say is, would you throw either Richardson or Levis in there? If you think it's those two, which of the two is it going to be? Gunner, you think Stroud?
I think it's slam dunk is Stroud. I just do. Carolina, you look at the last quarterback they took, the big-time quarterback was Cam Newton. They like the big-body quarterbacks down there. I think Stroud is their choice as we sit here now.
You on the same page, Barry?
Yep.
Okay.
6'3", 215. He's the way to go. Strong arm, drop back quarterback. CJ Stroud, number 1 pick.
Okay. I think it's going to be Stroud as well. I don't think it's crazy. It wouldn't shock me completely if they took Bryce Young.
Me neither.
Yeah, because he's a winner and a stud, and the only issue is size, and he's legitimately not the biggest guy in the world. He doesn't weigh a ton. He's not super tall. But we've seen teams be able to figure that out with guys who aren't necessarily huge. But he is skinnier than some of these other guys. All right, let's go number 2 then. Texans. They would appear also poised to be a team that needs quarterback help. Not that they don't need other help. But they're sitting there right there. D'Amico Ryans is their head coach now. What are we thinking? Is it as simple as Bryce Young?
Simple.
Plug and play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
The good thing about Houston is nobody expects anything from them. Okay. You got a new head coach, new direction. Houston has been left with a lot of embarrassment on their faces in recent years because of the Deshaun Watson fiasco and because they fired 2 minority head coaches in back-to-back years. Now they've hired a 3rd consecutive minority head coach who I think is the right choice. I love D'Amico Ryans as a person and as a coach. So they're in a very, very good grace area. So you bring this rookie quarterback in, you drop him in, they're doing the right thing. They're building on defense first, which is what D'Amico wants to do. Right. They're bringing in the pieces defensively. Offensively, they got a good running back. They got a decent offensive line. They got to add a few more weapons, which I feel they will by way of the draft. But you got to get that franchise quarterback. This kid is slight of build, but he's a slinger. He can sling it. Okay, so I think you plug and play him, let him take his lumps. With how many games ever they win, Houston fans will be happy if this kid's moving in the right direction, just like Pickett did last year. Took his lumps, but he progressed the last 4 or 5 games of the season. Do the same thing with this kid. Let him take his lumps, groom him, nurture him. Hopefully you keep him upright for 17 games. And if he's showing signs of improvement, then the Houston fan base is just like Cheshire cats, happy with delight.
Yep.
Is that pretty good, Mr. Brooks?
That was a great analysis.
Good job.
Thank you.
See all that extra time you took during the break? It paid off. Congratulations. All right. So here's where this one is less, I think, clear. When you go to number 3 with the Cardinals, there's a lot of help needed. They're not going to go quarterback because they have their quarterback in place for a ton of money. So we know we can take them out, at least out of the equation quarterback wise. Is this Will Anderson? Is this Jalen Carter? Is this someone else? What do you guys think? What's the sense here? What our boy Johnny G does?
I think he goes and he gets the most sound defensive pick right now. And Jalen Carter's not that sound one because he has a little baggage. So they go with Will Anderson.
Yep.
Edge rusher.
6'4", 250 beast. Great career at Bama.
Yep. I'm inclined to agree with Mr. Brooks 100% wholeheartedly.
What? Huh?
Whoa.
Let me say it again. It's Monday. I'm inclined to agree
I need a full,
with Mr. Brooks
I need
100%
a 20.
wholeheartedly.
Okay. All right. Well, look, far be it from me to get in the way of that. I think it's going to be Will Anderson too. And you guys agree. So this is a miracle that I don't need to get in the way of. So just leave it at that. All right. Colts at 4. Colts at 4 can take it a lot of different directions too. And they have a new coach, as we know, Shane Steichen. I'm thinking this is quarterback. And here's what it comes down to. Is it Anthony Richardson who feels like he's got a little momentum? Is it Will Levis? I'm leaning towards Richardson.
I am also. We're talking about prototype size, man. He's 6'4.5", 6'5", 245 pounds, can sling the ball a country mile. Has more of a touch than Will Levis. I think that's the biggest thing. His touch is better than Will Levis. He's a better athlete than Will Levis. To me, I think he's the more sounder of the two, as far as, quarterbacks and their progression of being, a drop back, or I'm not necessarily a drop back, an NFL quarterback, put it like that, NFL quarterback.
Yeah, look, with him, it's insane ceiling, but it could really blow out. The good thing is you have a coach in place who helped develop Jalen Hurts. Now, he had Nick Sirianni here too, and he had Brian Johnson here, et cetera, et cetera. But you had a guy who helped develop him. So he's in a good position to be able to take somebody like Richardson, who maybe isn't a finished product right now, and get him to where he needs to get to. So I think it makes all the sense in the world that he goes Richardson.
Yep.
What do you think, Derek?
I'm torn between these two. Right now, the starting quarterback is Gardner Minshew. And I think Gardner Minshew is the perfect complement right now for what Steichen wants to do in his offense. He knows Steichen's system, knows his terminology. And even though Minshew is a temporary fix, he can hold down the fort until further notice. Richardson, I like his upside, but everything I keep reading about him and when I look at him on film is he only had 1 year as a starter. His wow factor has been the offseason, even more so than what he did as a 1 year starter in college, whereas Levis has had more games under his belt. To me, it comes down to, does Indianapolis want more of a finished project right now, or do they want an athlete who could be the bigger picture draw for them down the road? That's a tough call to make. So I'm going to go with the guy from Kentucky just based on the fact he's a little bit more polished right now than Richardson. Not saying he's better than Richardson, but just that he's a little bit more polished right now than Richardson.
Okay. Will Levis goes 4.
Oh, I don't know, Mac. I mean, he couldn't even beat out the quarterbacks from Penn State.
Sean Clifford. But Barrett, if you look at that in hindsight, was that more of a mistake on Penn State's part?
It was.
It
was definitely a mistake on his part.
Yeah.
But Clifford was in school for like 50 years, though.
He was, yeah.
At least 7.
He backed up Kerry Collins, I think.
Wow.
He played with that.
You took it back that far?
He was handing off the ball to Kajana Carter.
I thought you were going to say Mark Brunell.
Throwing it to Kyle Brady.
Yeah, exactly. Bobby Ingram.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right. Anyway, where were we? All right. Number 5. Seattle's another one. Like, this could go a lot of different ways. With them, they're not.
I think Carter could end up in Seattle.
Who's that, Derek? I'm sorry.
I think Carter could end up in Seattle.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the same thing. No, but I think they'll go Tyree Wilson though.
Ooh, it's not a bad one.
I think
like that
from Texas Tech. I think he'll go. At number 5.
He's another edge guy, man. 6'6",
bigger
271. Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah, he's a big guy too. I think he had 7 sacks last year, bro. Yeah. It's hard to get sacks in the Big 12.
Right.
They sling it so much, the ball gets out of their hands so quick. And he has 7 sacks, man. So he's more the pass rusher I think they're looking for in Seattle. They're not, necessarily. They're looking for sack production right now. So I think that's where they go. Tyree.
I like that pick. I like that. Yeah, that makes sense. I think in turn, what happens is the next pick is Jalen Carter.
Yep.
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, if you got your hopes up for a second as an Eagles fan, I think he goes next. Because think about that. If you throw him on that line with some of those younger guys they have, like Hutchinson and some of the others, you got like a foundation, man, for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes a lot of sense.
Whew, yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, I don't see Carter getting down to the Eagles, and I know a lot of people talk about. I don't see how, when there's at least 6 teams ahead of them, that need defensive help.
Yeah.
And if he's one of the elite, I don't see him. And the fact that now Drew Rosenhaus is pulling this stunt about not talking to teams outside of the top 10, he knows something.
Right.
He's been guaranteed something.
Yeah, he's
somewhere.
been given like, hey, listen,
Yes.
I can't guarantee what happens before us, but if we're sitting there, we're
Yes.
taking them at,
Yes.
you know, whatever, fill in the blank team that's in the top
Yes.
10. Yeah, could be the truth. Could be the truth for sure. All right, let's move on. This is it's another one that's sort of a tough call here. What may end up happening, the Raiders. There are some people that think it could be a defensive back. This is where Christian Gonzalez could go. Some people, you know, maybe say you throw that Lucas Van Ness on the other side of Crosby and let them go nuts. Nobody's home. No.
No. That's my doorbell camera ring, and I can't shut it off. No matter how I shut my phone off, it comes through. So somebody's delivering something. I'm sure it's one of 85,000 packages my wife or one of the kids is getting.
I hear you with that, man. All right, what do you think, babe? Where do you think they go?
I think Jimmy G gets hoodwinked and bamboozled again, and they pick up a quarterback.
Oh,
I think they go Will Levis.
That's Levis?
Yeah, they go Will Levis.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's surprising, that one.
Well, I mean, it would be Jimmy G. To me, he's had his time. He's had his time. Yeah, I've never been a president. Every time we've talked about Jimmy G, what have I said? He's not my guy.
Yeah.
So I think that they go in a totally different direction. I think that their head coach wants his guy. That's the big thing. He wants his guy. And Jimmy G is here, but I just think he wants a guy that he can raise up through.
Okay.
You know, Josh McDaniels feels like he's a quarterback guru. I know that, you know, Jimmy G was back in the day, but he wants his new Jimmy G. So that's just where I'm going.
All right.
Raiders had the 28th ranked defense, dude. I can't see them giving Jimmy G that kind of money and then spending a high draft pick on another quarterback in the future. I just can't see it. They were 28th overall in defense and 28th in pass defense.
I think they go Gonzalez.
I do too. I think they've got to I mean, the star defensive back right now is Marcus Epps.
Yeah, right.
And they just brought him in off the streets.
I was trying to set up my whole thing too, man. Guys, you messing up my whole thing, man.
Well, could you give us? I mean, we have a private chat, Bear. Could you give us some kind of good disclaimer that what you're doing here?
I was trying to get Christian Gonzalez to make it to that next pick, and then I was going to trade up for him.
Okay.
So you wanted him to get to the Falcons?
I want him to get to the Falcons, and they trade for him. That's what I wanted to do.
Well, all right. Well, if it stays pat, who does Atlanta go with? Now they signed Caden Ellis, Luther Ellis' son, who's Christian Ellis' brother, who had 7 sacks last year.
Mm-hmm.
Plus Calais Campbell.
He's with the Saints, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They
so
also
they're trying to
Calais
bolster
Campbell.
that pass rush. This is where the kid Lucas Van Ness, who's another physical freak out of Iowa. Although you guys realize he didn't start a game in Iowa?
No, he wasn't. He was a backup.
Isn't that something?
Yes, he was a backup.
That would worry me a little. I mean, I know he played most of the snaps, but that would slightly concern me.
Well, I was thinking they would go out and get like a Nolan Smith.
That could happen. Yeah, that could happen.
Calais Campbell said Arthur Smith wants a violent defense. So I say Atlanta's going defense with this pick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go defense, whether it's linebacker, another rusher. You know, Calais Campbell's maybe on the backside of his career, but he's an imposing figure to be as big as he is, man.
Yeah.
And you got Caden Ellis down there too, and they signed a cornerback. I'm going to stick with defense for Atlanta on this one.
I think so too. I think Atlanta goes defense. Here's where I think when we get to 9, this one I think is kind of obvious. I think you have to do everything you can
to protect
Justin Fields. Like you've done some things to get him some weapons on the outside. Doesn't this just have Paris Johnson written all over it?
Yes.
Either Paris Johnson or Skoronski.
Yeah.
T-Rex.
Yeah, T-Rex. Yeah.
He could.
See, I did that last week. You said you're wrong for that, D-Gun. Look at what he's doing. Look at him, Rob.
I know. Like this guy's 6'4", 313, but we're making him sound like he's this like little dude. Like, hey, little guy. Oh, okay. You're like, hey, Peter.
Yeah, but they say because he has short arms, he's better suited as a guard than he is a tackle.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you guys never told me what you guys are gonna do with number 7 with the Raiders. What pick are you going with?
I'm taking Gonzalez. Yeah, I'm going Gonzalez.
That's a cornerback. Yeah.
You going Gonzalez also?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to improve their passing defense, which was garbage last year.
Right.
So that I know it's a little high maybe for a corner in that spot, but that's where they worked last year. Got corners went high last year, and it worked out. All right, well that brings us to 10. So here we go, and this is assuming Jalen Carter's off the, out of it, not an option. Is it Nolan Smith? Is it that simple? Edge guy?
I'm thinking it's either Nolan Smith or they go with you guys' boy, the corner, Devin
Witherspoon.
Yeah,
Witherspoon out of Illinois.
Yeah, so I'm thinking either that, is one of those two. Is either Devin Witherspoon or you go Nolan Smith. One of the two.
Ooh.
I'm going if I know the Eagles, and this is just my guess.
Right.
It's Nolan Smith. It's edge over corner, just philosophically.
Bros before. Linemen before.
Derek, finish that.
What go ahead, Barrett. Go ahead and say
finish that.
Bros before afros. How's that? Bros before nose. Bros before snows. Bros before injured toes. That's as far as I'm going with it.
Right.
What are you doing? What are you doing at that pick?
You know 10?
What? Yeah. I think it's Nolan Smith.
I think they bust through. No, they ain't gonna bust through.
I'm gonna stick with Witherspoon.
Yeah, you stick with Witherspoon. I want to badly, but I can't go with it because I just know how that organization thinks. So they'll go Nolan Smith.
Okay.
I think either Nolan Smith or they go with the kid Miles Murphy.
Oh, Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson.
Well, I like Miles Murphy too. I like any player coming out of Clemson.
Yep.
You don't like Kayvon Wallace?
Yeah. Say
that again.
You didn't like Kayvon Wallace.
Let me clarify this. I stand corrected, Mr. Brooks.
You like most kids coming out.
I like 99.3% of players that come out of Clemson.
I thought he played pretty well last year, though.
Oh, my God.
Stop.
Kayvon Wallace came in and he spelled himself very, very well.
And he made one play. He made one play and he was like in a witness protection program the next 10 plays. Seriously? Come on, man. Really?
I gotta give him a little bit, man. A little bit. Just a little
bit. You're just saying it because he's a former player and you spend a lot of time down at the Novacare Complex. You don't want anybody to get mad at you. I understand that.
I saw him this weekend.
You what?
I saw him this weekend.
See what I mean?
I actually did. I was with I'll tell you what, the Eagles, they do a fantastic thing with their charities. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
They did their autism. I was at their autism event, helping autism event yesterday, and I was with Zach McPherson. Oh, that's what I had to tell you, D-Gun. Zach McPherson, avid fisherman.
Is he really?
Big time fisherman. I'm talking about big
freshwater
time.
ocean. Freshwater ocean.
He said it could be in it can be in a bathtub. He doesn't care.
Okay, this guy's right up your alley.
Yeah, there we go. That's my kind of fisherman right there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay,
so we have another disciple. We bring it to the fold.
We should get him on the show.
Definitely.
Talk about it.
Definitely.
All right, let's kind of motor here through the next few here. So we're Eagles. We're kind of split a little bit, but let's go. If things are going the way that we're talking about here, it sets up very nicely, in my opinion, at 11. And it's going to be controversial because they took a guy in the 3rd round last year at this position, Malik Willis, but maybe they trade him. Will Levis maybe go to Tennessee at 11?
That good old country boy going to Tennessee.
That sounds like the same guy, though.
Yeah, both
you think
big,
so?
little raw.
Except Willis could run like the wind. Levis is not running like the wind.
Nope.
You know?
But he's athletic though, Derek.
He is athletic. Yes, he is.
Not just
if he was so athletic, they brought in another quarterback off the street to start in front of him.
You know what I would go this way?
No, I'm talking about Levis.
Oh, Levis. I thought you meant.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Willis. Okay.
No.
You know what direction I'll go?
Well,
I would go Paris Johnson, Ohio State tackle.
All right. So yeah, he's still there for you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I would take that simply because they let their other starting tackle go.
Mm-hmm.
So they left. So that's what I would go with pick 11 for Tennessee.
Would Tennessee take Bijan at 11 if they get rid of Derrick Henry?
Ooh, if they did, that's absolutely a possibility there.
Yeah, it would have been definitely.
That's interesting, Derek.
It's not out of the realm of reality. They still may try to deal Derrick Henry and get younger, fresher legs in there.
Not crazy. Not crazy.
Starting to see some wear and tear on Henry last couple of seasons.
Yeah. 12. This would be Houston again.
They go out and get a weapon. Yep.
Get him some weapons.
Catcher. Yep.
Ohio State kid, Jackson Smith. Najiba.
SNG.
I love that kid. Yes.
JSN. That's his name. JSN.
You get your quarterback, and you get your quarterback wide receiver combination, just like Cincinnati did with Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, yes.
While we're at it, so speaking of these two guys, so next year you have two kids who were true sophomores this year who are going to go in their third year, so they'll be eligible after next year from local kids. Jeremiah Trotter's son turned into an absolute stud this past year, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is maybe the highest touted receiver prospect coming out in a really long time.
Monsters.
Like both of those guys are freaks, and they both played on St. Joe's Prep. I mean,
that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Factory, absolute factory.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So anyway, that's not for this draft, but that's for next year. Just if you're a casual college football fan and you were Eagles fans, or Marvin, a local guy, but whatever, keep your eye on those guys because they're both awesome. All right, this 13 at the Jets. What are we thinking here?
Wow, Jets got everything except the quarterback.
I'm gonna go. I need to protect him also.
Offensive line.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Broderick Jones, and they all come from that. He comes from Philly. I think you go Broderick Jones because they need to protect that
Georgia
the backside with me. Just like now they have Walter Jones. Wow, the tackle from Seattle that went there last year. He's there now,
right?
Starting. So I think they're a little old there. So I think they go ahead and get Broderick Jones. Steps right in, 6'5", 310 pounds.
Okay.
6'6" rather. Yeah. So from Georgia.
Good pick.
Yeah.
All right. Good pick. New England. 14.
Now, this is a Belichick pick.
Yeah.
Definitely, he fits right in the scheme work of what he loves to do. Lucas Van Ness.
Oh yeah.
It's like Kyle Van Noy.
A lot of Vans. No, but I mean, look, he's got a really high ceiling. This dude.
Yes, he does.
Physical freak, big dude, strong. The speed is like they're comparing the way he runs to they were talking about with Jordan Davis. Like he runs like that, like he's super fast for a big guy. So he's possible. Yep. Yeah, he's very possible there.
15.
Then 15, we get the Green Bay. D Guns squad. There's a lot of needs here.
I want to see him get an elite pass catcher, which is not going to happen. They haven't drafted one since, my goodness, the 90s.
They do have one there. They have one that they can pick up in this draft.
They ain't gonna draft him, Barrett. Barrett, think about this. Just a few years ago, the deepest draft in the history of wide receivers. Everybody takes one except Green Bay.
It's not a wide receiver. That's why I know they're gonna take him. Michael Mayer. The tight end from Notre Dame.
They do need a tight end.
Yep.
Awesome. This
That's
guy.
Why I think they go to him.
Is
what's the quarterback's best friend?
And play.
They let their tight end go to Chicago.
Yes,
that's why I said. Well, two tight ends go because old man Mercedes Lewis is gone. And then Robert Tonyan went to Chicago.
Yep. So that's
why they need a tight end.
Mayer will fit right in there, won't he?
Yeah,
Oh, I'll
6'5",
take
250, great hands, runs, blocks. Ooh,
I'll take
pick.
that.
That's a good pick. Yeah, Love will be happy with him. I can tell you that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Let's do a couple more, and then you know what? We'll pick up the first round tomorrow. But let's do Tampa there at 16. Tampa, a lot of needs.
This is interesting to me, man. Interesting. I mean, I don't know. To me, you know, they need a star. They need somebody to get people looking in their direction.
More than offensive line.
Yes.
That was bad, man. Brady.
It was bad. It was bad. I'm trying to think of what offensive lineman now, because to me, I already picked all offensive linemen.
Yeah,
you know, that are good enough to go that high. So
I'm thinking. Well, I'm trying to remember, Barrett. In your mock, did so Skoronski went, Paris Johnson went.
Yep.
Okay,
and Jones went. Broderick Jones.
Jones went. Yeah. You're getting.
So you got Harrison from Oklahoma. He's projected, but he's projected. Well, you know what? He is projected right around 19 to 26.
Right.
So you could go. You're right. You could go. What is it? Anton Harrison.
How about the kid? The kid from Florida, Osiris Torrance. He's pretty good too. Yeah. Yeah,
he's pretty good too. So
possibility.
Either one of those guys, a possibility. They could be there, sitting there.
Because they don't need to do a ton defensively. They need to get their back end right. That's where one of those corners could go.
Absolutely. That too.
That's a good point.
That's absolutely. That's where you can get Joey Porter Jr. right around there.
Right. Yeah. I know Pittsburgh really wants him. It feels like.
Yep.
That'd be pretty cool if he ended up in Pittsburgh. But yeah. All right. Well, let's pick it up. We'll pick the rest up. Let's do a couple more. What the hell?
Yeah.
Got nothing to lose here. Let's go Pittsburgh then. Let's dig in.
They love their defense.
Think he's got enough weapons on the outside?
No. I think that's where they're going to go. They're going to go to the kid from USC.
Addison.
Yeah, Addison. I think they go get it. Can you imagine Addison with the young kid they just picked up? Oh, man. With the running game, that's going to be tough.
That could be nice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be real tough.
Detroit comes back up now at 18. Yeah. Let me give you one guess, maybe. They traded away Hawkinson to the Vikings. They're a little light at that spot.
So you go to kid from what's his
Utah? Is it
Utah? Yeah,
Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid.
They're perfect.
Really good. Really good.
Dalton Kincaid.
6'4", 250.
Yep. Good too.
I'm liking that. That's a good move for them. It's a good move. All right, let's go Washington then. Let's close it at 19 with Washington. That's
offensive line.
O-line. Yeah.
And I like this kid out of Ohio State. DeJuan Jones.
The other one, the 6 foot gargantuan dude.
He's 6'8", 375.
Oh my God.
You know what? I'm gonna go before him. You know who I like before him?
Who?
This kid from Tennessee.
Ooh.
This kid from Tennessee, he is really good, man. Darnell Wright, I was watching film on him. I can't believe I got him up. In fact, I would move him up in front of the Addison kid.
Oh, the receiver.
No, I mean.
You're saying you would take an O-lineman there. You take okay.
Instead of the Harrison kid up there, I would take him. I would take Darnell Wright.
Okay. Dancing
Bear, 6'5", 340, 330.
Okay.
Can move, dominant. He projects there. That's who they pick up.
All right, really that makes sense. That's a good pick. That's it. All right, well that's what we'll do. So then we'll start it in the 20s tomorrow. All right, we'll ride 20 through the rest, and maybe take it up to where the Eagles pick in the second round.
All right,
tomorrow. So we'll pick that up there. We didn't even get to our coaches. So what you want to do that when we come back? Let's do our top 10 coaches.
Yeah, what the heck?
Let's get our break in. We'll do our top 10 coaches. I have a good on this date for you guys. There's good birthdays and there's good movies too. So we'll hit, and I'll tell you about the UFC WWE merger and how much that went for. That is big time. All right, we'll hit it. We'll come back. All that good stuff. Derek Gunn, Barrett Brooks, Rob Ellis. We're Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. Let's talk about Razor technology and hybrid work, because the future of work isn't remote or in person. It's a hybrid model. In facing this new reality, businesses must reimagine their workplaces to align with preferences and needs of modern employees. Razor technology helps create a workplace that gives them flexibility in choosing how, where, and when they put in their hours. Online platforms for communication and collaboration, combined with a secure and adaptable mobile device, are enabling hybrid meeting experiences that are nearly on par with in-person events, so everyone can feel like they're part of the conversation. Employees with strong social connections with their team report better well-being, higher productivity, and stronger retention rates. Razor technology helps growing organizations adapt to hybrid environments with industry-leading digital tools and insightful guidance that promotes efficiency and workplace satisfaction. Learn more by calling 866-797-3282, 866-797-3282, or visit them online at razor-tech.com. That's razor-tech.com.
Go to get your game on.